the burnout.
How dare you?
Stop! Hey! It's a rough country 6-inch lift. If you're doing it, you gotta have 20-inch wheels. 18-inch wheels will not work. So if you're doing it, stop! Stop right there. Gotta have 20s or bigger or wheel spacers. As you can see, it's a pretty extensive kit. Customers powder coated some of it white to match the truck. Let's get rolling. Knock the wheels off. Disconnect the battery. It takes 10mm. Then we're going to knock off the skid plates under here. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have that out of the way. And then the next step. Once your skid plate is out of the way, we're going to want to disconnect these 3 connectors for the power rack and pinion. Pull these little red guys out. Those are your locks. And then squeeze and remove. Remove the tie rod nuts. Hold on to them. You'll need them for later. Once your nuts are off, you will smack with a hammer right here. That will deform that and bring this taper out. Just like that. Unplug your ABS sensor. It's on a clip right here behind the fender enclosure. That clip's broke. Pop your clips off. Sometimes they're a pain. Got it. They look like that. And you can roll it out of the clip. Hang on to that, you're gonna need it. That's what she looks like. Remove ABS sensor. Twist it and pull. There she is. Remove. We'll keep it because it has to go back. Now that you've got your ABS out of your way, we're going to get rid of this caliper. 18mm. There's a bolt at the top and a bolt at the bottom. Holds the bracket to the caliper. Do not take the caliper apart. That will get messy. Slide her off. Get you something to suspend it. You don't want to leave it hang by the hose. You'll ruin the hose. I like tarp straps. the way. Now, center nut, 36 millimeter. That will loosen your axle. So the axle is movable now. Now, T30 is right here. I've already loosened it up. I just gotta take it out. I have to get a pry bar. Wrench will work. Thank you, factory. They put Loctite on it. All right. Rotor is removable now. Off she comes. Upper ball joint nut. There's also a lower ball joint nut that I'll show you in just a second. We're going to loosen that baby up. 18 millimeter. Now, this ball joint is turning in the taper. So instead of the nut coming off, the stud is turning. So I have to clamp this, squeeze it together to get that nut off. That's off. Now we can get this out of the way. Now we're going after the lower ball joint nut. It's right here at the bottom. We're going to loosen it, and then we'll knock that taper fit off just like we did on the tie rod end, and then we'll slide that axle out, and then we'll remove this steering arm. Knuckles gone. There you see it. She drops down off of that ball joint right there. Slides off the axle. She's out of the way. Now, 18 millimeter removes your sway bar link nut from your lower A-arm. Weird looking nut. Lay that aside, you'll need that again. Off she comes. Alright, out of the way. Now, lower strut bolts are 15 millimeter. Right here, right here. Okay, you've got a wiring harness loom right here. Runs across the top of that strut, and you have to remove the bolt, which is right back here. You can pull this out, reach right down in there. I've got mine out. Looks like that. Comes right in there, gets out. Then you can raise this up out of your way, to access your strut bolts. Those are 18 millimeter. Ratchet wrenches are your friend. There's what she looks like. Now, should be able to bring your strut forward and out. Spindle's gone, strut's gone. Now, we have two 10 millimeters back here. Holds the strut on. That'll be next. It's probably going to come out of there with a vengeance. Just roll her out. Now we can drop the lower A on. Takes a 27 millimeter, but an 1 1/16 will do the job. These are camber casting bolts. You're going to want to keep track how they come out. You're going to want to keep track of the way that they're going to go back in, because they are rolled to adjust your caster and camber. Because when we're done with this puppy, it's got to go to the alignment shop. Mr. Lower Control Arm, hello. Okay, here we are underneath the strut. We have to remove the front drive shaft first. Mark it. I've marked mine. Now we got 10 millimeter. 6 of them. And they don't come out easy. There she comes loose. You don't want to rest it on the rear joint. So we'll use a dart strap to hold her up. There she is. All right, after your drive shaft, right up in the front diff area, right up in your front diff area, you're going to find a harness that goes to your shifter, your front diff shifter. Unplug it. Then there's 2 harnesses up in here. You're going to want to undo those. So that's disconnected from the diff. Alright, then this can hang down. With your diff shifter harness unplugged, then we're going to come over to the diff mount right here. We're going to remove that bolt, save it. Now, it's going to be hard to see, but we're going to remove the passenger side diff mount bolt right here. It comes through, holds that diff up. We're going to put a jack stand underneath it. If you're doing it at home on the floor, you're going to use a jack stand. We're using an exhaust stand. Same difference. right here's that bolt. We're going to remove that. And then we'll give you the next one. All right. Passenger diff bolt is out. Saved for later. Now, cross member bolts. We're going to remove this rear cross member. That's next. Rear diff removed. Out of our way. Now, we have to remove driver's side mount, which is right up here. Sorry for the bad lighting. Which is right up here. That bolt right there. It's gonna come out. That holds the driver's side diff in. And once we're done with that, then they want us to put a marking on our diff mount, which we've done at 2 3/4 inches. Okay, now as you can see, the diff is dropped. It's on stands. And we have our mark. Implements of destruction. We have to cut this right here, even with this hole. So we're going to do that, and we'll give you a shout back. Alright, you can see we've cut this off. Even with these edges of the second hole back, that part's removed, and we've installed the driver's side drop bracket with the original bolt. Now you will install the passenger side drop bracket. It looks a little callywumpus, but that's the way it goes. And then you'll use the 100mm long bolt, but don't tighten it. Just leave it hang here. You got your diff drop brackets installed. Use the original bolt. Passenger side. Original bolt and drop bracket on driver's side. And you've got your diff hanging. Do not drop that diff on your head. You also need to extend the vent hose. You'll see it right up here. That has to be extended because you're dropping the diff. The kit comes with an extender. This is the rear cross member. You can tell because it has these bolt holes right here. That's for your support. 140mm long. These are the long bolts in the kit. They're going to go right here, and it is a tight fit. You'll have to work them in. You got your bolts into your rear cross member. Leave these loose. Tighten these up later because your big bolt goes through your brackets. Now we're going to install the rear support bracket for the diff. 1/2 inch bolts by 1 1/4 with washers. That baby's gonna go right through here. And then your bolt comes right in here. Just like so. Then washer and lock nut. All right, factory hardware. Front cross member, just like the rear cross member, is going to go right in here. These guys get the shorter bolts in the kit, right through there. This guy is going to have to come over a little bit. Your front cross member in. You got your bolts in. Don't tighten anything. We're not ready for that yet. Now we go to cam bolt kit. We're going to put the lower A-arms on. Okay. You put these cams all hanging down or all going up, but just make them all the same. 120 pounds. There she is. Now this one, same size, 85. All right, upper diff bracket, 85 foot-pounds. Lower diff with original hardware, also 85 foot-pounds. On to the next step. 85. All four of your cross member drop down brackets get torqued to 170 foot-pounds, inch and a 16th or 27 millimeter. It's a workout. Okay, once you've torqued your cross member mounts, then come back, install your drive shaft. Use your lineup mark you made earlier, put it back together the way it came. Torque your bolts back to 35 foot-pounds.
That's a great guess, Chris Christopherson.
His son, so that all who come to trust in his son
Okay, we've got the struts installed. Now, to install the struts, first you had to install these spacers. Get these little pretty covers that go over. But these go on top of your factory struts if you've got a Trail Boss. If you do not have the Trail Boss with the Rancho suspension, then you'll have to change your struts. If not, such as we've got it, which is a Trail Boss, it's got the Rancho. So you just add your spacer. They are marked driver and passenger, D and P. You install studs. It does have pretty good instructions on how to install the studs. They press in here and they'll take the spot of the old strut bolts, and then your original strut bolts and nuts end up down here. Now, once that's in, there is a CV spacer that goes with the bevel in. I glued these so they won't come off. Makes it a lot easier. That's taken care of. We're also in the process of installing the new steering knuckles. You remove and then reinstall identical to the factory. It's just a longer piece. So torque these to factory spec, and of course left is right and right is left. You're going to see that you've got an angle here, so make those match. Your steering arm and your ball joint knuckle, those need to match. Then just off with your knuckle and your deflector right onto your new. Not a big deal. Next we'll be hanging these puppies. Come here. You're getting all wet. You have to come. Alright. Get that now. Okay. Yeah, this guy. All right, factory ball joints. Now, axle rest of the way in. There she goes. Now, we'll torque those ball joints and this nut on the CV axle nut, and I'll get you some numbers on those here in a minute. .24mm. Break this loose, but don't move it. Unscrew your original tie rod end and replace with the kit's extended tie rod end. Screw it all the way on to your preset nut. And bring this guy. The taper is down, just like that. All right, we're at the rear of the truck. That brake line bracket right there, there's 2 bolts on the frame. Those have to come out, and then we'll put an extension bracket in there. Show you just a second. Need a light? No. There she goes. There it is. All right, ready for U-bolts. All right, we're gonna show this. We've got they sent us the wrong U-bolts. They should be square-headed. We're gonna use these to put the truck together so we can get it out of the shop. But bring them down. You got all your center pins aligned. This comes on your saddle up on top. This guy is gonna come together and go right through the hole right there. Alright. Now we can get our nut started.
It came with it.
Okay, here's the shocks that come with the kit. They're cute, but no boots. Rough Country Premium.
Now if you wanted to be ultra cool, you don't even do this stuff in the back. You just use the lift kit in the front. So you driving around looking like you popping like a wheelie.
It's called the Carolina Squat. Squat, that's what it's called. I'm doing a wheelie all the time.
With it yet after I got it deleted. That's one thing I've not tried,
Oh, really?
but I wanted to.
Oh, yeah. She's on there.
Wow,
Mud
this thing's
slinging.
gonna be big.
Mud slinging.
Uh-huh.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, push the buttons. Hope you enjoyed this 6-inch lift. Should be 2018 to 2022 1500 four-wheel drive. Trail Boss AT4 standard. Today's Bible verse is Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Enjoy your trucks, enjoy your lifts. Have a great day.